basketball because I'm gonna dunk it. Basketball, gimme.
Mallory Hartley, our chief bracketologist, joining us here on the show.
Basketball.
You did a really fantastic job with that.
Thank you.
I would like to be demoted from video editor solely based off of that video.
I think we both lost our titles.
Thank God.
Welcome in.
Have fun.
Seriously, thank you for having
Welcome
me. It's
into,
a pleasure to be here on the show.
Now you are our chief bracketologist.
Some people say that.
I think
we've been saying it for years now. Literally years.
You two have. I don't know if anybody else has.
Well, we're the only two that matter.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's
Name
also
another
It's
person that
Texas
matters.
football today.
Name another person that matters.
Ain't nobody else on.
Chief bracketologist. And
dear.
so Selection Sunday was this Sunday.
Was, yeah.
Did you watch it?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you did watch it.
Yeah, I was out in Bishop Arts, and it's funny enough, so we watched the end of the Mavs game, which, did you see that, by the way?
I did.
That rocked. And then we turned it on my phone because it wasn't on the TV. So
you've had an opportunity. You've been poring over the brackets.
Yeah.
I came in and you were just like the number of papers you have spread
crazy.
across here, and just like the
Our whole living room is a bracket.
Like,
all weekend.
Like, is that huge cabinet over there? Is that just a data computer?
Yeah.
Like just crunching data. For
Absolutely.
brackets? It's unbelievable.
I told you I'd take this seriously.
Yeah, the amount of work you put into this is really incredible. And so I don't know where you want to start with your bracket breakdown. Because you are Bracket Mal. You are our bracket pal.
Okay.
So
I don't know if I like that very much.
I, on the contrary, love it.
So where do you, I guess, like, what do you think of the number one seed?
Yes.
Like, do you think that the committee got it right overall when you take a look at the bracket?
I do. Before, I want to have a disclaimer here. I did not pick Michigan State as my national champion.
You are a Michigan State.
Well, that's shocking.
Which, by the way, do you guys know what the lowest seed ever to win a national championship is, or was?
I'm gonna guess like
5, 7,
6.
6. It was an 8 seed. It was Villanova back in 1985.
Villanova.
That's wild that Villanova would be an 8 seed just in general.
Isn't it though?
That's a good
So, spoiler, I did not pick Michigan State to win the Natty here. But yeah, I do think that overall, I think the committee got it right. I think UConn's looked really solid. I think UConn is probably the best team overall in the whole tournament, which of course they got the 1 seed. Houston, obviously.
Go Cougs.
Really bad loss in the
we don't talk about
Big
that.
12 championship to
trust
Iowa State. I still think
like
that they're solid. They got stuck in a tough region, though. The South region is probably the toughest region, I'd say.
Can I tell you my concern with Houston? Because I want to be very clear. My rooting interest for the NCAA tournament is for a Texas team to win the NCAA tournament. That is my rooting interest. So I've got a variety of them.
They're injured.
Yeah. And that's the double-edged sword of playing in a really tough conference.
Because they're really banged up and they're not very deep.
Right.
No.
Right.
It's funny, real quick side note. I was actually at the Kelvin Sampson radio show last night for the final one, and he said, he was like, from a perspective of a fan, you're only worried about games. And he goes, let me tell you what actually stinks when you start talking about depth. He was like, you cannot practice 5-on-5.
No.
He's like, we can do as many 2-on-2 drills. You can do as many 3-on-3 drills as you want, anything like that. But guess what you can't do? You can't practice 5-on-5. And so he was like, even your depth can't get better.
No.
Oh, hello, Ava.
No,
Okay.
you're 100% correct. So yes, overall, I think they got the 1 seeds correct.
Do you think who were you disappointed to see get left out of the tournament, and why is it Indiana State?
I was just about to say the Sycamores. Man, they haven't been good since 1979 with Larry Bird, and they lost in the national championship to none other than Magic Johnson and Michigan State.
And this year,
but they had a really good year. They had some really good wins. They played Michigan State pretty hard, actually. Funny enough, they played this year. But I definitely think that they're one of the ones that got left out of the tournament.
Absolutely.
And they shouldn't have been.
And they've got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, they've got the number 1 overall player.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah.
We love Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah. I do.
Skyhook.
Correct. I want to ask you.
Okay.
So, have you made your bracket yet?
I have.
You have? Okay.
I haven't yet. I'm getting there.
In the first round, give me a couple of maybe upset picks.
Okay, for me?
Yeah, and then I'll give you some of mine.
Okay. I can give you a couple of upsets.
Okay.
Obviously, like the 9-8 ones are hardly upsets.
No,
Yeah.
I don't count those up as
Yeah,
upsets.
like for example, I do think I think Nebraska might beat A&M. I think that's a 9 over an 8.
A&M is 9, Nebraska's
never mind.
8. So
I'm wrong. I would
like TCU and Utah State.
Yeah, TCU and Utah State.
TCU
does
Michigan
that.
State, Mississippi State, like that's not an upset to me.
I went
State wins.
relatively chalky with what I was with my stuff, but I would say I know there's a lot of people who are very high on. Oh, geez, I'm a fan of Nevada. I think Nevada is a 10.
The computer likes them, I think, too.
Dayton.
Yeah. I picked Dayton in that sense just because they've got that kind of long tournament pedigree,
Yes.
and they know how to play in the tournament.
Yeah.
So I did pick Dayton in that sense.
Can I hear anything for Samford over Kansas? Talk about the injury
yeah.
bug.
Yeah, Kansas is bitten by
they
it.
are beat up.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, Kansas is beat up. Another team, and this is one of the things that I really like about them is that I did just watch them. New Mexico.
That was one of mine over Clemson.
New Mexico, their offense and their guard play is like unbelievable. I like New Mexico to make a run here. I think that they could be really hard to face, and I don't think you necessarily want to see them.
Well, and I think history has it too, is that you most likely want to go with conference champions.
Yeah.
And New Mexico State won. Are they they're in the Mountain West. So they won. They're on a 4-game winning streak right now. And Clemson got absolutely whipped.
Yes.
By NC State in the AAC tournament, which I think took a lot of people by surprise. And Clemson's been kind of up and down all year. They're kind of like a hot and cold type of team, but New Mexico has looked really solid all year. I think definitely that's one of my upsets in the first round.
So the other one, and I know that a lot of people are going to go in on this. McNeese
the
State.
computer loves
So they're
them.
30-3.
Yeah,
okay?
loves them.
Their head coach is somebody that I've been accused of looking like.
Really?
Will Wade.
Is he a generic-looking white guy?
I was just about to say that.
Google Will Wade, and you'll be like, oh yeah, generic
that
looking
makes
white
sense.
guy.
Yeah.
They are, to me, they are fun to watch, and I think they've got an opportunity to make some noise. They're the champions of the Southland. So.
But here's the thing too. It's kind of also one of those things that like they're playing Gonzaga, and I just don't see Gonzaga losing the first. They don't lose in the first round.
No, I don't see Gonzaga losing in the first round.
But yeah,
but I would look at that. I don't have a ton of big upsets in the first.
Did y'all watch? Did y'all watch the NC State game? They won 5 games to win the conference.
Yeah,
they won.
They're on a hot streak right now, and that's what March Madness is all about, right?
That you do not win 5 games because they had to do the play-in game even to go, and they had to win the championship game to even make the bracket.
Right,
that's pretty cool.
So who else? Is there anyone else on your list that you're into as far as upsets or potential Cinderellas?
In the first round, I really liked Oregon over South Carolina too. Oregon's kind of at that same point where they're peaking at the right time. They've got 5 straight wins, 4 straight wins, I think, and then they won the Pac-12.
Yeah.
So I definitely like them over number 6 South Carolina
I think
too.
Missouri
in the first round.
has an opportunity to make a.
Did
Missouri
make?
Is that?
Did Missouri make the
Yeah,
tournament?
Can
you look that up really quick?
Yeah, I'm not seeing a Missouri.
Did they lose every conference game
I
they
think
played?
Oh my God, did they really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Did you
so
know
they
this?
were.
No.
Did they get? They didn't
The
even
show
get invited.
sometime.
Did they get
Wait,
invited
that was
any tournament? Any postseason
No, they
tournament?
got invited to go away.
It's swim and dive season,
It's
boys.
They went 0-19 in SEC play. We talked about it on the show. We watched their SEC
Holy
tournament game against
cow.
Georgia. It was hilarious.
Yeah. No.
Anyway, okay. So then, so what else? What else have you went over there in the in the Mallory zone? What else have you been cooking on?
Let's go with let me check the region. Out of the South region. Now this is a first round game, and I definitely picked the higher seed in this, but I could see a potential upset here. James Madison over Wisconsin.
Yes.
James Madison is solid.
And
that
that's
team
funny, but
is
here's the thing,
good.
because you're a Big Ten homer.
I am a Big Ten homer, but
so
that's why I picked Wisconsin. But it's just it's also one of those things that James Madison ran through Conference USA play this year, and we all know that Conference USA just isn't as strong, obviously, as a conference as the Big Ten is. So I don't know how much into account you can take that, but
all right, let me ask you.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Let me ask you. You can only watch 3 first-round games, okay?
Ooh.
You can only watch 3 first-round games.
Okay.
Which ones you do? I'll give you mine if you're okay with it.
Okay.
I can give you mine.
Okay.
My number 1 pick is Clemson and New Mexico.
Yep.
Because I'm really into New Mexico. After watching them, I think that they're very good. That's one.
Okay.
Michigan State and Mississippi State.
MSU versus MSU.
I'm really into that game, and I think it's got an opportunity to really steal the show. The other one that I'm into, and this is, your mileage may vary on this, but I am really into FAU and Northwestern.
Yes.
Those were my three. Those
Yes.
were literally my three. Yes, I picked Northwestern, but that's easy for FAU to go in there and wreck them.
Absolutely.
Northwestern has Boo Buie, though. Have you heard of him?
No.
He's kind of a stud. So he's got like that it star player, but so does FAU. They've got that. What's his name? He took him to the Final Four last year.
Well, the big one for
awesome.
FAU is the massive post player.
Yeah, he's
the
good.
Russian guy.
Yeah, he looked really good. I went to the North Texas and FAU second round game the other night on Friday.
Yeah, because they got
of the AAC tournament.
Yeah.
And FAU looked really good there. But those are honestly my three. Probably James Madison, Wisconsin. I kind of just want to see if that has any weight to it.
Texas Tech and NC
State,
State, man, I'm
that'll be
telling you.
really
I don't know
good,
why.
too.
I guess I just got all bought in when I watched that game the other day, but I'm excited about that.
Nebraska, Texas A&M will be
Yeah,
really good
Nebraska
too because
and
they're
A&M.
also playing in the women's tournament too in the first round.
Yeah, they are.
Texas A&M and Nebraska.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I think those are probably my.
So, though we've talked about
Same
those
ones.
in the first round, Ava, you want to be on?
She just
you wanna
loves
tell us your
basketball.
bracket?
You
She's
can't
a
really
big March Madness
You can't
gal.
see her.
Okay. Give me your top 3 national championship contenders.
Top
Yeah.
three national
So you
championship
did you
contenders.
mention? I don't know if you mentioned who you got winning it all.
I have UConn.
You've UConn winning it.
They're
all.
going to
Okay,
go
so-
back to back.
So they're one of them. They're one of your top 3 contenders. Who are your other 2 contenders?
I have them playing Purdue.
Okay,
in
so
the national
Purdue.
championship.
Yeah, Purdue.
Correct. I think Purdue's also another one of those teams that just is very complete offensively and defensively.
I watched them lose this weekend.
Yeah, but it was less of a loss than the
Shut
Houston
up.
game. But that's okay. And then I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Kentucky. I have them in my Final Four. I have Kentucky beating Houston in the Elite Eight.
Trash.
Kentucky offensively is 1,000% a Final Four national championship contending team.
Okay.
Defensively, they've struggled a little bit this year, but they've got a lot of really young talent and a lot of star power on that team. And they're just a blue blood, too, so it's hard to pick against them. So,
Okay.
we're going to go UConn, Purdue, and maybe Kentucky is my sleeper.
Here are my 3. I have Connecticut winning it. I have
'Kay.
UConn as well, so we're
Yeah.
in lockstep there.
Okay.
Arizona.
They're in my Final Four.
Very into Arizona. I think they can win their region and make a run. And Iowa State. We haven't mentioned their name yet.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, but
Yeah.
they're really good. And they're playing, we talk about it. You win your conference, right? They won their conference. Arguably,
They won
maybe
the tournament.
inarguably,
They won the
toughest
tournament.
conference.
the toughest
yeah.
conference. And, I think that they're battle tested. They're pretty healthy right now. I think Iowa State can.
Their
win it all.
defense is really good.
Their defense is excellent.
Their defense is really good.
They can ball. I'm telling you, Iowa State. Yeah, they have the second ranked defensive Houston, or only behind Houston in the nation as far as defense defensive efficiency is concerned. So
Houston won the regular season in the Big
Correct.
12. Iowa State won the Big 12 tournament.
I'm
And
telling
obviously,
you, if Houston wasn't banged up, I'd be
Okay.
all about them.
so that was my next question. How is Iowa State? Do we know if they've stayed healthy?
They have.
Pretty much this season.
Yep.
So because they beat Houston in the regular season, is that correct?
So Houston had 3 losses. They beat
One
them
was to
at
TCU.
home, and
Yeah.
then they beat Iowa State at Houston. Beat them at home. They went home and home. They split.
Okay.
In their
Gotcha.
2 conference games, but then obviously they played again in the championship. Houston's banged up. Iowa State is not.
Gotcha.
They've been very healthy this year.
And I would like to issue one more super duper sleeper in the tournament. Okay,
Okay.
it's a 15 seed. Okay,
Oh my.
if you're looking for,
Let me see if I can guess this.
Yeah, let me look at the 15s real fast. I'm gonna try
Is it
to
St.
guess
Peter's?
these 2.
Really? Okay.
Western Kentucky.
Western Kentucky.
Are they a 15 seed?
Mhm.
I
They
didn't
play
realize
Marquette
that, I
in the
guess.
first round.
Okay, that's why I was like,
And
Marquette.
Here is why I like Western Kentucky. Okay, they go fast.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Real fast. They have the highest tempo in America. They have the number 1 tempo in America. They are averaging, I had this up here just a moment ago, they're averaging 75 possessions a game. Okay?
Yeah.
75 possessions a game. To put that in perspective, Houston, who's kind of famously slow, they average 63.3. So 12 more possessions per game. And I think if they can get Marquette kind of behind, chasing their tail,
Yeah.
and trick them into their game, I think they can pull the upset.
Well, and here's two. It's funny that you bring that up because I saw this tweet and it said when one team's style is like go, 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 and then the other's is slower, the slower team wins 80% of the time in the round of 64. So I don't know much about,
Yeah, but you know what? The faster team wins 20% of the time.
I guess that's true, but I mean, I picked
Many people
Marquette in
forget
that round.
that.
I picked Marquette in that.
I did too.
20% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
That's true. That's true.
Another the second fastest team in the tournament, by the way, New Mexico.
Really, I
doesn't
didn't know
surprise me.
that. Yeah,
They zoom.
They have the 7th highest pace.
Just pick New
wow.
Mexico to win it all.
Okay, New Mexico's gonna win.
Maybe I should change mine right now.
Go Lobos.
UConn tired.
Yeah.
New Mexico wired.
She is Mallory Hartley, our chief bracketologist here on Texas Football Today, and she will have live wall-to-wall coverage of the NCAA tournament live stream
every game
on her Instagram.
Basketball.
So make sure you
every
check
single
that
game
out on her Instagram. Mallory, thanks.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me on. Can we do this next year?
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you would like more and to be notified when they come out, go ahead and click that subscribe button right down there. You can also watch Texas Football Today every day live at noon on TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, and right here on YouTube. For more of the best coverage of Texas football in the Lone Star State, go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe.